Hello and welcome to Bespoke Unit. My name is Paul Anthony. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing a Cuban cigar, the Montecristo Petit Edmundo. As always, I'm going to be using the Bespoke Unit Cigar Formula, which is a quantifiable and transparent review matrix. If you don't have time to watch this full review, please see this fully filled out PDF version in the link below that takes you to the Bespoke Unit, as well as a blank version where you can fill it out yourself. So here we have the cigar in question, the Montecristo Petit Edmundo. It's a 4 1/3 inch by 52 size Vitola cigar. Just for reference, I'm filming this video here in May of 2021, and this box is from August of 2017. And I've probably had it for about 2 years now, aging in my humidor with 65% Boveda RH packs. If we go into some of the pre-light considerations, first of all, we're going to address the spring. There are firm and some soft spots here, which can cause some burn issues, which we'll probably talk about later. The sheen of the cigar, there is a bit of a dull sheen. The wrapper is a kind of a nice cocoa brown, as well as there is some vein in here as well. So let's go ahead and do a dry draw. Jaw is very nice. It's a little on the loose end, but I prefer it on the loose end than being too hard like a lot of Cubans are, especially in smaller ring gauges. As for the kind of the pre-light flavor profile, I'd say I'm getting some kind of fig, dried fruit sweetness, some earth, and a little hint of maybe cocoa. And then with regards to the aroma on the foot and the body, again, some earthiness, a touch of that sweetness again, maybe a little bit of fig, dried fruit sweetness, as well as a tiny bit of barnyard as well. So with all that being said, let's light this up and see what it tastes like. So here we are, well into the first third of the cigar. I'm about 8 to 10 minutes in now. It did start off a little bit of an uneven burn line, but this one's really evened itself up and it's nice and straight now. It did start off very bitter, but now we've kind of gone into a nice bitter chocolate. We have some cedar flavors, as well as some subtle floral notes, especially on the retrohale. Definitely looking forward to seeing how this one develops. So as I'm well between the first and second third here, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to take a closer look at the box and presentation of this cigar. As we can see, typical Cuba construction here. We have a nice wooden box with the embossed Montecristo Habana Cuba on the front here. We have the Republic de Cuba stickers, as well as the Montecristo and Habanos. When we go to open it, there's a nice latch there. We see inside the top of the box Montecristo with Petit Edmundo, which is this Vitola. And then there's actually only one cigar left right now, as I've been enjoying the other 9 in this box. If we look at the front of the box, again, we're going to see Montecristo, and on the bottom, we're going to have Habana, Centro de Cuba, and then August 17 as well. One last thing we want to take a quick look at is the band itself in that nice Montecristo brown with Montecristo Habana, and also the gold inlay with the fleur de lis and the band around the sides as well. So just before we jump into the second, third analysis here, I wanted to talk a little bit about construction. We've got a nice stack going here. The burn has evened out considerably. There's a slight curve on the ash. We'll see the backbone. Yeah, nice backbone to the ash there. Draw's been perfect. This is definitely one of the better ones I've had. As I said, usually my only complaint with this cigar is sometimes there's a little bit of construction issues, but for this review, I've picked the right one, and this is pretty solid. So here we are, well into the second third of the cigar. It's definitely evolved more into a much smoother blend here. I'm still getting a medium to medium plus fullness. The smoothness on the mouth and the palate has definitely calmed down. I've lost a lot of the bitterness of the initial dark bitter chocolate. There's still that hint of cocoa, still getting a lot of nice deep cedar flavors. There's a touch of floral. What I'm really picking up now is kind of a salty brininess, especially on the retrohale. Yeah, very nice and smooth. With regards to the burn and temperature of this, the smoke has been relatively cool, although I do know from past experience as we get down to the nub that will heat up a little bit, but I'll let you know when we get onto the final third. So here we are in the final third of this Montecristo Petit Edmundo. This has been actually a very enjoyable smoke. I've smoked a few of these before this review and been quite disappointed with how linear the flavor's been, but I've picked a winner for the review and had a very nice evolution. Right now from the cigar, I'm getting some really nice earthy tones, some cedars, as well as a hint of floralness, and that brine still on the retrohale. The body and strength are probably both going to be in that medium plus range. Overall, a very smooth and enjoyable cigar. So I just wanted to touch quickly on some of the pairings as well as occasion recommendations for this cigar. I'd say the cigar's perfect for an evening smoke after maybe a hearty meal, such as red meat or maybe a red sauced pasta. I think it's going to pair really well with a medium to full-bodied red wine, as well as your favorite dram of either single malt Scotch whiskey or a rum. Maybe not too sweet, but maybe a more kind of fuller bodied rum as well. With regards to formality, I'd say this is a relatively formal cigar, but the price point allows it to be more accessible, around $10. So I think you'll be more than happy to take this to a fancy dinner, as well as almost an everyday smoke if you really like the flavor profile. So here we are at the end of the smoke. Just wanted to give my final thoughts and conclusions. Overall, I've been extremely happy with this cigar. We've actually picked up a little bit of a construction issue, which has held our score down to a 4 out of 5 star review. However, I've given an A for value for money because it is in that cheaper price point for the Cuban mystique. It's definitely a cigar that evolves over time from being kind of that more bitter chocolate and earthiness all the way through to cedar, with some touch of floral notes, as well as that briny retrohale, which is quite nice. And I don't really get any to none spice profile from this cigar. So definitely, if you see these, pick them up, maybe age them a little while, like I've done so, to really mellow them out. That kind of medium to medium plus body, as well as mouthfeel. Not too much mouth lingering feel after you finish the cigar, but it really picks up in harmony and complexity and smoothness across the palate as you enjoy the duration of the smoke. With regards to time to smoke, this has taken me about 35 minutes to this point, so I'd say it's probably about a 40-minute cigar, although I am not the quickest smoker, but you probably don't want to over smoke it, as you can get some temperature issues, especially down towards the nub. So with all that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you did so, please like the video, as well as subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. Check the description below for the Bespoke Unit Cigar Formula, where you can see my personal review notes, as well as a blank copy that would be able to do yours as well. I'm Paul Anthony, and I'll see you on the next one.